There's no better feeling than a personal win, and the State Farm Personal Price Plan can help you do just that. Talk to a State Farm agent today to learn how you can bundle and save with the Personal Price Plan. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Prices are based on rating plans that vary by state. Coverage options are selected by the customer. Availability, amount of discounts and savings, and eligibility vary by state.
Everything you learned in history class was a lie. Well, maybe not everything, but they skipped the best parts. Introducing Stupiracy, where stupidity meets conspiracy. Ever heard of the Olympic marathon that nearly killed its runners? Or the time a pope put another pope's corpse on trial? Join me, Scott Rizzuto, and Tim McKernan as we uncover the most outrageous historical moments and mind-blowing conspiracies you won't believe actually happened. Tune in to Stupiracy for your weekly dose of historical absurdity. Available wherever you get your podcasts. Remember, history is dumb, but laughing at it is smart.
If you have nothing to start with, I do.
I do have something, but it doesn't have to be the starter. So.
This is the drop dead day for Major League Baseball to reach agreement.
Yes, unless it's Tuesday.
Tomorrow,
And
yeah.
then it's all BS. They're trying to, you know what? The bad thing is, though, Manfred doesn't care if they lose 30 games. He'd rather not pay them. And, all he's worried about is more playoff games because that's what the money, the TV money is tied to. But the other thing is the players have to be more realistic.
They're really misreading the public, Patrick.
Yeah,
There's no hue and cry for this.
No, and the other thing is there's nothing they can do to get the Falbys of the world who have all these analytics to give 6-year contracts to 32-year-olds. Those days, the ship has sailed. The Albert Pujols, as great as he is, getting a 10-year contract for ungodly millions at age 32 is over. They're not going to do that anymore, and you can't convince the players think those guys are getting screwed, and that they're not because
it's the economy.
Well, it's not the economy; it's that they lose production. They get to be 35 and they're fossils, and you're still paying them $25 million a year. So
you're at your prime at about 27.
Clarkie Griffith always
what he said.
25 to 28 is when you're at your best. Now, that was before the vitamins came along there in the 90s and 2000s.
I heard Buster over the weekend. It was a podcast I was listening to, and he basically said the same thing you are, saying the owners aren't going to give a damn if they, and this is, I'm paraphrasing, but he said the owners aren't going to care if they lose Gates in April because kids are in school and people don't take their family to ball games anyway, and the players are the ones that are going to get bit. Right
I know
away.
a lot of young people in my family circle who play baseball.
Yes.
They're involved in athletics. I have not heard a peep of any one of them.
No, and you see where it's displayed on websites and newspapers and stuff. It's on page 8. They're going to meet. Well, plus it's so silly. I think we made a little progress today. No, we went backwards today, man. It was really hot. Nobody knows what the hell's going on. It's you know what, though? I'm getting on the bandwagon. 3 balls, 2 strikes.
No.
I'm getting on the bandwagon.
Is it just because you want this?
I want to get going.
Let's get her going.
I want to get going. I got to get.
What's 3-2?
Lowering
instead
the count.
of 4 balls.
Instead of 4 balls, he wants 3.
3 balls. So you got to swing the bat and you got to throw strikes, right?
Okay, put the ball in play.
That we got to get the ball in play, Rook.
You're taking out one of the most elemental.
Yes, you're changing the game
foundations
completely.
of the game.
Yes, you are. The record book stops.
Right.
The day you do that.
Yeah, you're right.
Anything that happened before that is a different era. It stops. But, I'm old. I can't stay up that late. Come on, let's go here. We got to get this damn thing done in 2.5 hours. Come on, let's go here.
Greg Maddux, by the way, you mentioned the 3-ball count. Greg Maddux had a 3-ball count, I think, just over 300 times in his career. 177 of them were intentional walks.
And that's because we didn't have the Fox box.
That's true.
To show us
He was
balls
still
and
pretty
strikes.
damn good.
He was pretty damn good, but he also got 4 inches on the outside corner his whole
did.
career. So
He did.
And if he didn't, Bobby Cox got thrown out of the game. So anyway, yeah, I mean they don't. You know who should file a class action lawsuit? All these cities that built baseball, these spring training facilities.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
now this is like 3 straight
Taxpayers
years.
of Fort Myers are on the hook.
Yes, this is 3 years in a row.
Fort Myers has 2 of them.
Two, yes, they got 2 of them.
Yeah.
Everybody else in Florida and Arizona, they should sue these. They should sue MLB and the teams they built these stadiums for millions.
Now, they're all independently operated? Is that how it works? Or does a team own the facility?
Now, the cities usually own them. The city
does, okay.
But they have leases to. The leases must say you have to have played with so many games there that year or something, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Got to be a reason they spent all that money. They should sue the living crap out of them.
Here, I found it. Greg Maddux faced 20,421 batters in his career. Only 310 of those ever reached a 3-0 count. And of those 310, 177 were intentional walks.
Wow.
That's
pretty amazing.
That's impressive.
Yeah.
Yes, and plus he loved to play golf.
Yes, he did.
He was in a hurry. If it was a day game, he thought he could get 9 holes.
Did you
in
ever see
afterwards.
that video of him going undercover, by the way? I think it was Chris Bryant the year after the Cubs won the World Series, and Bryant was doing some promotional video for Nike or whoever's apparel he was endorsing at the time. And they said, hey, we're going to do some video of you at this Arizona complex or whatever. And the groundskeeper over here, he wants to throw to you. And it's Maddux dressed up as a groundskeeper guy. He's like, who the hell is this guy? Just zipping him in there. Still, it was pretty good.
Yeah, that is. There's the famous golf story is though that Maddox, Smoltz, and Glavine always play golf together, and they're flying back from the West Coast. They've been gone for 16 days, and Maddox says, "Hey, I got us a tee time tomorrow at the Atlantic Country Club or something like that at 11 o'clock." And Smoltz said, "Nah, I can't. I haven't seen my family in
2 weeks.
16 days. I got the kids." He says, "Bleep the family. This is golf." Come on. See, he was a crude guy. He came off as the most boring guy ever. He was extremely crude.
Who's the guy
fella.
who couldn't throw to first?
John Lester.
That's Lester.
Lester.
I
He
fired
just
him.
retired. He
No,
retired.
you were going to fine him.
I'll fine him $250,000 every time he tried to throw to first.
He retired.
Good. He should.
Yeah, he did.
He was
retire.
a good pitcher.
Okay.
No, you can't throw to first. You're not good at anything.
No. Anyway, a pox on both their houses.
Okay.
A pox on both.
Now are you
Now,
willing to
here's
share
this.
with the
Now,
public?
I was listening to Tom Reed's broadcast the other day when I was in the vehicle on the radio broadcast of the Wild, and the guy he was with, they were recalling the era of playing without a helmet.
Okay.
And I forget that Tom Reed and all these guys played without a helmet. And I'm wondering, did you play without a helmet?
No.
Even from your youth group, they'd already by the what?
They were prehistoric.
Yeah.
They weren't. They wouldn't have offered much protection. But we wore helmets.
So when
My dad didn't wear helmets.
So when did you first play youth hockey?
When?
Yeah, 60s sometime.
1960.
Early 60s.
Yeah,
Okay, so you already had helmets then, huh?
Oh yeah.
Because the NHL, Willie Plett didn't wear one till
Right.
late 70s, and he got grandfathered in for not wearing one. But you forget that these guys.
I think Bill Masterton turned things around a little.
Yes, he did. Yeah, he did. That's true. He died at
And even the refs,
Center Ice.
Andy Von Helmet on.
Yeah,
Andy Von Helmet on.
yeah. People thought, you were ridiculed if you were
Yeah.
playing without a helmet.
Right.
So when did the high schools all started playing them by the late 60s, and when War Road was playing Edina, they would have been wearing
Yeah, and
helmets.
I'm gonna go out on a limb and say I bet high school. Well, the tournament started in 1945.
Yeah, they didn't have helmets for a long time.
I gotta think in the 50s those kids
Do
were
you
wearing those
really?
primitive helmets.
My dad
When
did.
International Falls came
I
down
think
here,
so.
the Dynasty, you
I
think
can
they
see
had
it in my
helmets?
mind's eye.
57, I think, was when my dad graduated, and they did not have helmets on for Winona.
And with your dad, that still is reflected, right?
Yes.
And
100%.
But I was just trying to, because the NHL, Reed started off playing with
Right.
them. They When did the North Stars start? When Bill, as you say, probably Bill Masters.
Well, 68 or 9. Mm-hmm. When was the All-Star game where Masterton died? Was that 67?
It wasn't an All-Star game. It was a regular season game, wasn't it?
That was the All-Star game awarded to the new
I'm
arena.
I'm on
I
it.
think.
I don't think it was an All-Star game. Maybe I'm wrong, but it was the first season here, though, right? I think he died.
The fall of 67 was the first season here. So the season of 67, 68 was the first NHL season in Minnesota.
Yes.
It wasn't until Bill Masterson's fatal incident in 1968 that NHL players became more open to the idea of using helmets.
What day
It was
it?
January 13th, 1968, a contest against the Oakland Seals.
Oh, so it wasn't an All-Star game.
And they'd only been, so that would have been like their third month here then when he died.
Yep.
Yeah, wow.
Yep.
The first hockey player to regularly wear a helmet was George Owen when he played for the Boston Bruins in 1928 to 29.
Can you
I think
imagine?
Jacques Plante was the first goalie to even wear a mask.
Can you imagine the taunting that Owens
Hey,
received?
you're a bellows here.
Yeah, Bellows.
Are you going to share with? You want to share with the public your solution to the NHL in terms of Ukraine?
Yes.
Oh, boy.
I'm taking what I admit is a controversial stance.
It is.
We should deport all the Russian hockey players.
Yep.
Everyone who's here on a work visa. Mm-hmm. Now you can apply for citizenship and denounce Putin. Then we can maybe let you stay.
All right.
But
What do we do with Ovechkin, who's Putin's buddy?
Oh, he said he's on the next jet home, and he's paying for his own ticket. Of course, we're not letting him fly into Russia, and he's going to have to. We're going to drop him off in Poland and let him walk across
What does he
the
mean?
border.
What do you mean he's taking the next jet home?
The Reusse. We're
You want him
kicking
out of
out
here?
the,
I'm throwing him out of the country.
Yeah, all right.
Yeah, if you're not willing to, what is the IOC and World Cup soccer and stuff waiting for? Why don't they ban every Russian athlete?
Well,
what the hell?
World Cup soccer is not banning them. FIFA is not kicking them out.
They're not having games there,
Right.
but have they announced they're not kicking them out?
I read that today. Yeah.
They have not yet done it.
Right.
But they got to kick them out.
Well, Kasparov, it was nice watching you for a while.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I did see, though, that Louis C.K. was very vocal on Twitter how he's canceling his shows in the Ukraine.
Yeah.
Thanks, Louis.
Really?
We appreciate you taking that stance.
So more than the Beatles
why
in
don't you-
Zimbabwe.
If you wanted to show me something, you'd go to Ukraine.
And do the show.
Right.
Do the show.
I'm
not
putting
go
on
to
a vest
Russia.
and I'm... Yeah, right.
Yeah, go over and get a gun. This is unbelievable, Joe. This is one of the most amazing events of our lifetime.
Yes, it is.
That he just decides I can have that country. They're Nazis. How did they become Nazis?
Well, he's lying, obviously.
I know.
He's doing everything he can to lie. Mm-hmm. He's a moron. He's a bad guy.
Yeah, he is. And it's I don't know what you
What will
Is
satisfy
he
him is what I
going
want
to keep going when he gets to the Ukraine border? That's when World War II, III starts.
Well, you're having big
is he
missile
going to
attacks
Poland?
today as we speak.
Wait, I'm gonna put in the Ride with Reusse censor. Will you please say again what you said about Putin just a few moments
He's a
ago?
bad guy.
Oh, that's a hot sports take.
to. Hot sports take.
Yeah. Well,
Thanks,
I don't
Des.
know. It's unbelievable.
Well, Putin has hired 400 mercenaries via Africa to fly in. They've been in Ukraine, and they're charged with killing Zelensky. Mm-hmm. Hotshot mercenary fighters.
400 of them?
Mm-hmm.
Why didn't he send his own? He's got to have more mercenaries than that.
I have no idea.
Where's that story come from?
I got it right here. I'll find it for you. It's right here.
And then we because if the Russians don't do it, we can blame it on somebody else then, right? Okay.
According to the London Times, the Kremlin has sent more than 400 Russian-paid mercenaries into Kyiv with the mission to assassinate Zelensky. The Wagner Group, a Russian private military company accused of covertly working with the Russian government, flew in mercenaries from Africa to Kyiv about 5 weeks ago, the Times of London reported. The assignment is to take care of this guy for high financial bonuses for them.
My cartoon bubble of elite It's not guys coming from Africa. You know, when you see elite, I mean, I'm thinking trained.
They got some of these guys that go into villages and kill everybody because they're the wrong religion and stuff. You know, they've done a pretty. They got the.
You're starting to sway me. You're bringing me back.
We need Mitch Rapp.
They got.
Oh my God! Yes.
We need Mitch Rapp. I have a job for him.
Mm-hmm. But
should he choose to take it?
Should he choose to take it?
It's certainly. I think the whole thing lessens my concern about baseball.
Right.
Yeah.
What was Joe? You know, the one story you never got to was the yacht story.
Oh, there's a
Are
Ukrainian.
Let's blow up his yacht.
There's a Ukrainian. Well, I can find it for you.
Oh, I thought you had it in your pile.
I can find it. There's a Ukrainian guy. Was the chief engineer on one of these oligarchs' yachts. Mm-hmm. He sunk it. Because he sunk it on the guy, his boss.
Because he was Russian. His boss was Russian.
And an arms dealer. Mm-hmm. And the minute he heard that Russia had attacked Ukraine, he went in the engine room and he started figuring out how to sink it.
Okay. That's good.
I'll find it. Keep talking.
That's good.
I have it right here. Ukrainian sailor sinks Russian boss's $7.7 million luxury super yacht.
That's not much of a yacht, though. 7.7.
It looked nice. It looked nice.
No,
it's a nice boat.
Is there any way we can get at Putin's billions?
That'd be a good thing to do.
We're trying to. We probably can't. I don't know.
It's not bad, huh?
Yeah, that's okay. Yeah, it is. It looks more.
I'd stay
it
for
looks
the
more.
weekend.
It looks more expensive than 7.7 million. It does. That looks a little large for a mere 7.7 million.
Lady Anastasia.
That's the name of the boat. Yeah.
This is what's
no
called.
More.
Yes.
Is no more.
It's more like
He didn't sink it, but he flooded the engine room, which is going to cause the owner a lot of grief.
Mm-hmm.
So,
okay.
Did you get very far, by the way, on the Souchere themed tweet from Friday night's Timberwolves game?
Yes. I don't know. D'Angelo Russell had 23 points in the fourth quarter. He was out of his mind.
Why can't he do it every
And
night?
I said, Joe right now has watched the fourth quarter and said, why doesn't he do this every night? You know, I agree with you.
Yeah, why not
We're
every
paying
night?
a guy like $28 million a year.
Right.
He should do it every night, right?
I agree.
Boy, I was out of town. I was driving back. But the stinkeroo they had against Philadelphia, Alan Horton was hysterical.
Was he?
Alan Horton does their solo play-by-play.
Yeah.
And he's got no chance to ever work at Bally Sports North.
Because he tells it like it is.
And he went from disgusted in the middle of the fourth quarter to hilarious the last 4 or 5 minutes as he was putting down his squad for this effort. You know, they scored like 6 straight points, and he said, yeah, they still trailed by 28 or something. You know, he was not willing to cut them any slack. And I talked to him about it a couple weeks ago. I saw him because I'd heard him ripping them after that game in Sacramento when they got outscored 34-11 or something in the fourth quarter. And he said, you got to tell the truth. He said, he says, you can't, people just think you're a fool if you're just, and I said, yeah, well, you're never going to work on BSN.
A couple of years ago, Joe, Alan had filled in for Patrick on a day that Patrick had taken off. And Manny, being the NBA savant that he is, dug up a couple of Horton's calls, given that Alan was going to work with us that day. And this was an all-time doozy. This was from a couple of years ago because Kevin Love was still on the team when Alan filled in.
Down by 2, 198, inbound to Love on the left side with one dribble, goes up for the shot. It's blocked by Marion. The ball comes into the arms of Dalibert. The horn sounds and the ball game is over. Rubio off to Love. Oh, that's a foul! That is unbelievable. Referees are booed as they go off the floor. Brutal! David Guthrie is right there. He didn't have the guts to call it. Also, go Ed Malloy! 198, he was sitting right there along the baseline and didn't make the call.
Yeah.
Any replay you look at shows that was a foul. Timberwolves fall 100-98.
Now, he isn't that big of a rep. If
If
it was
it's
the
deserved,
other way
yeah.
around,
He
if it
would've
was
done the same
other way
thing,
around,
yeah.
He would have done the same. He'll rip them when they're bad.
Do it in real time.
but
Oh,
the-
that's a foul.
But the famous one is Ed Malloy. But
Yeah.
also Friday night. Now they got him at the next level, so he's not at the courtside anymore.
Oh, he's up on
unfortunately.
the okay.
But Joe, they're getting beat by 30.
Yep.
And they have like a 5-minute review,
Oh,
like they have, and he's screaming, "What is going on here? Play! Who cares? Who cares?" You know, he's just screaming at him, like, "Come on, let's go!"
Hey.
I mean, they had 2 reviews that consumed like 8 minutes in the last 2 minutes of a 30-point game.
I meant to ask you this. When was Florida in town to play the Wild? A week ago Friday?
It was last week.
A week ago Friday.
They're good.
Why was that on ESPN Plus?
It was on ESPN Plus and Hulu.
Well, I couldn't watch
Part
it.
of their new deal.
Oh no, man! I'm
Part
not joining
of their new
this.
deal is ESPN 3 is just you got to go online and you got to order it, right? You
Yep.
got to pay for it.
They ain't doing that.
And then the Hulu, Hulu is somehow
It's
in
a streaming service.
Yes. I get it.
They're
but
part of the package. I believe they're
in
owned
with the NBC own them.
with
So
Turner.
I couldn't
Turner-
watch the game.
Turner owns it.
You could have.
If you had Hulu.
But
I don't know
this
if we
is
do.
this is the
You
only
say it into
way.
your remote?
Because of this deal, Joe, this is the only way that NHL is going to get highlights in ESPN. It's because of this particular deal.
Yeah, and they have the deal, and but once in a while. Now I got Hulu, so when I popped onto Hulu, the top of it said watch the hockey game.
Yep.
So, but I got every streaming service. It's costing me more with my streaming services than it cost me with Comcast, I think. 'Cause
Yes.
The wife is every time she sees a show she likes, she orders a streaming service. I got Paramount. I have no idea why. Mm-hmm. You know, I got several others.
For
but
one show that she likes.
it's not worth arguing about.
Why were we talking before this show about your hospital visit in Philly? What prompted that? What were we talking about?
Going out to
No, I was suggesting that.
Well, we were initially
when
talking
you
about the
mentioned
governor.
Travel, air
When you
travel.
mentioned Woodstock,
That's right.
Oh yeah.
You mentioned Woodstock, and I was saying I wish I'd been there.
Right.
You know, it was. You know,
Well, you took some drugs once.
I did take drugs,
But in the hospital.
In the hospital, drugs.
Yeah.
Well, it starts with the highlight. I forgot about that.
yeah, wild, because he starts it out with.
Now he cut to Patrick, who's in a hospital.
Yeah. After gallbladder surgery.
No, this isn't the one from Philadelphia?
No, this is gallbladder.
It's labeled Pat's in the hospital.
I can't believe what a trooper you are.
Let's play hockey.
Oh, God. Are you all right?
It's gone.
The gallbladder.
The gallbladder is gone.
Did you save some for me?
I don't think there's many pieces left, Rook.
Are you in the hospital?
Yeah, I'm in the, I don't know where.
Let's hear about it. 52,000
Are you,
feet and you're breathing fine.
Are you doing this against doctor's orders?
There's no doctor around here. No, I'm doing good, but I think I'm out of recovery. I'm just upstairs. But these drugs are just a wonderful invention.
This is a radio first. This man just had his gallbladder out.
Well,
Does it hurt to laugh?
No, but I tell you what, if you ever want to go to sleep, go see Dr. Lee.
Mm-hmm.
I said, Dr. Lee said, good night. Next thing I knew, I didn't have any gallbladder.
It's all good.
Dr. Lee can put you to sleep, baby.
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
Are you sitting in a chair?
I'm in the bed, kind of propped up here now.
Great mental picture. Thank
You don't have to stay on with us.
No, I just thought I'd check in with you. I thought it would be a radio first.
It is absolutely Radio Hall of Fame material.
I can't wait to replay it for you.
Is the
after.
DA in the room with you?
No, hell no. She hasn't showed up yet. She dropped me off, and she's got the stepdog to worry about. What the hell she got to worry about me for?
What did they say she had? Stepdog.
biggest thrill of my life was coming here today, and there's a SUV coming about 400 miles an hour, and she's going to make a little right-hand turn right in front of me. So my last act was to bellow out, "Stop!" And she was very offended.
It almost sounds as though you've had a bout of dental work.
I don't know what it sounds like, but the nurse just came in to make sure my blood pressure's all-time low, baby.
That's good, isn't it?
That's the way you should tell the nurse. It's at an all-time low, baby.
123 and over 68 or something. Pretty soon it's going to be 0. Is that good or bad?
Well, 0 would be good, not good.
0 wouldn't be good. Yeah. Hell of a hockey game Ruck took his daughter to last night.
Yeah, could you describe some of it from last
God,
night?
I'm having pains. I'm getting pains listening to you. You know what's going to happen?
They sound a little goofy.
Yeah. You know what's going to happen? When these drugs wear off, you might be in pain.
I have right now. They keep asking me what's the pain, and I say about 2 on a scale of 10.
That's nothing.
No.
Of course, you're loaded with heroin.
Right.
I don't know what it is, but I told you I ended up in the emergency room Sunday morning in Philly, didn't I?
No.
Oh, yeah.
What happened?
I had a gallbladder attack. Thomas Jefferson Memorial University Hospital. First guy to ever actually pay. Me and every homeless guy in Philly were there.
How did you know you were having an attack? You just had pains?
Well, because I was keeled over and back pain and every other pain. So anyway, this is a cakewalk compared to that, Joe.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
Well, no.
That was an 8, and this is a 2. So
Yeah.
those days are over. But I did get to hear about the guy next to me's penis there. And
Here we go.
in Philly, and that was, I could have done without that.
I could have done without that.
You've gotten us this far. What was wrong with it?
Fluids that nobody preferred to look at.
When do you prefer to anyway?
He claimed he didn't have sex in 7 years, so the doc was trying to figure out where all this came from. But,
A little build-up, maybe.
Yeah, I guess it could have been, but I don't know. That was the low light of my trip to Philly, that's for sure.
Well, let me ask you something.
Yeah.
What did they do for you at the hospital in Philly?
Drugs, baby.
Oh, drugs.
Laden, you ever hear that?
No.
Oh, man. You'd never go to work again. That stuff.
Now, back to the other guy.
No. Actually, my young lady is in here. She wants to take my vitals, so I better go here.
Yeah. Okay.
Just thought I'd check in.
Well, very nice of you. And Don, do you get to go home tonight, do you think?
I hope so.
Okay.
Goodbye.
I hope so. Oh, I forgot there were those
That
were
was
the
one-
one call.
Now, that wasn't Monday that I had surgery. I wonder how come I hadn't told you guys about the guy in Philly earlier.
I don't know.
So, maybe
That was
Wasn't that when you called in daily
yes
to GL?
Yeah. I don't know why I hadn't. I guess maybe I needed drugs to remember that.
Why were you in Philly? Remind me.
Covered something.
NFC playoff game of Carolina and Philadelphia.
Okay.
That was bad. That was when Donovan McNabb lost to the Carolinas. And
That's right.
That
And
was
they
a
went to
third straight loss to.
Boys, Putin's propaganda chief has just threatened the West with 500 nukes.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Why would? What's he want us to do?
Even his generals are stunned after this alert.
Mm-hmm. Well, what?
Bend over and kiss your ass goodbye.
Well, what is he? What is he? We're not fighting him in Ukraine. He's mad about the economic sanctions, or what?
His name is what the hell's his name? He's a TV host. Dmitry Kislyov told viewers across Russia's 11 time zones that the West would be blown to smithereens with more than 500 nuclear warheads if it continued to threaten Moscow. Have we threatened Moscow?
Mm-hmm.
Sanctions.
No, we have not. I don't believe so.
The sanctions. So, yeah, well.
So is it safe to say the first round of negotiations didn't go very well?
And he says this will guarantee the destruction of the USA and all other NATO countries. Our subs can shoot more than 500 nuclear warheads.
And, the other day 2 days ago, I was looking through the old TCM movies that you can look through and see what's available.
Yeah.
And Dr. Strangelove was there, and I usually, when I run across it, I watch some of it, but I thought, might be a documentary in this
Not
case.
today.
So, I'm not watching it right now. That might be a documentary. Well, the only thing that really frightens you is that the guy's nuts, if he's crazy.
We don't know.
If Putin's crazy.
He's
If
acting like he is.
If he does not mind going down in history as Hitler, If he does not, if that's what he's...
You got a Ukrainian ambassador calling for Putin to kill himself like Hitler did in his bunker.
Yeah, well, I don't know.
Okay.
So, Kyiv...
Russia thrown out of Soccer World Cup. That just happened.
Okay, good. Kiev is going to fall here pretty soon, and then we'll see what happens. Probably, right?
What was chicken Kiev, Rook?
Oh, it's delicious.
Oh, it is. You got a little butter and cheesy stuff in the middle, and it's great.
No, it's pounded out chicken breast.
Yeah.
And then you mold it. But Pat's right. You have the butter inside there, the garlic.
I don't do butter.
Oh, it's really that's.
Hey,
if you get a good one, it's fantastic.
I told you, Mr. Picarnas. Hey, you, Reavers.
Yes, sir. Sorry.
Picarnas, chicken Kiev. Ooh,
really?
Out of this world.
Where's that?
Frozen. It's frozen.
It's in my new hometown of Jordan, Minnesota.
That's what he gonna get you. Your Christmas present is gonna be summer sausage from Picarnas.
Boy, now I want summer sausage.
I want chicken Kiev, man. Let's pick
Chicken
up some of that
Kiev,
chicken
outstanding.
Is Picarnas a meat market?
Meat market
is.
in Jordan. And when I lived in Prior Lake, I would
way ahead of you.
Would make visits every 2 weeks.
Really?
Yes.
It's that good.
In fact, Pat and I did a show the day that the state amateur baseball tournament opened.
Yes.
And so I'm sitting in the Jordan Mini-Met press box with Judd, and here comes Pat, and he slops down 60 pounds of summer sausage.
Is it real spicy?
Oh, it's just
Is
fantastic.
it real spicy?
No, you can get it spicy, but the regular summer sausage is outstanding.
The highlight of the Jordan baseball tournament was pork burgers from Picarnas.
Yes.
You could get a pork burger that was, but on the way home, I pounded on the back door because they close at 2 on Saturday. But I pounded on the back door and bought a supply.
Yeah, because that was for the road trip home.
So
he has no idea what I just showed.
No, that's okay.
I don't think he knows.
We'll explain it to him once we're
okay.
done
Read that.
recording.
Sure.
No, we'll do it off the air.
Yeah, we'll do that
All
off
right.
the air.
Anyway.
Now I'm hungry.
Oh, I bet. But I recommend it highly. By far the best meat market in the metropolitan area.
Okay.
If you
I've not enjoyed it.
Mm-hmm.
I would like to try the chicken Kiev.
Yeah, chicken Kiev.
Sorry, you're placing an order for me to go get it then for you. Okay,
Yes.
so
My guy Highland, Frankie Highland.
Yep.
I worked with in the St. Cloud Times, and the late great Frankie Highland liked his whiskey, and but he worked at the Atlanta Journal for years.
I knew Frankie.
But about every 2 years, he'd call me up and said, "Send me a one of those horse penises from Picarnas."
He probably didn't phrase it. He probably didn't phrase it like that.
He might have had
a little different.
A little different term
Got it.
for the penis part. But he said, "Send me one," so I'd mail him a summer sausage from Picarnas. Get there in about 4 days, and it was still great.
Wouldn't you have to box it up
put
in
it in a
ice?
box, put it in, no,
those
you don't
summer
need
sausages,
ice for
that's-
summer sausage.
you're good. You can leave that out.
Room temperature.
Wow. I
Room
didn't know. I'm learning a lot
temperature,
today, man.
Yeah.
That was, yeah, right. That's right. That's
Yep,
right.
here we go.
Yeah, it's and you've already trained the Reavers boys to like it already.
I bought 2 pounds the first
2
week.
pounds. Get a horse penis.
Well, I bought 2 pounds the first week that we moved in, the first weekend that we had been fully moved in, and it was all gone by Monday.
Yeah.
How far are you from this place?
Maybe 2 miles.
Oh, that's nothing.
No, it's
Downtown
nothing.
Jordan.
Yep.
But it's you got to pick your hours because sometimes, like on Friday
If you go there on a
nights,
Friday afternoon,
night,
pack a lunch because you're going to be there for a while. But
It's called what?
Picarnas.
Picarna.
Yeah, but and you got to say there's dozens of these places in little Minnesota towns. Like Nicollet, Minnesota, little town outside of
I know where Nicollet
Mankato.
is, yeah.
They got 2 of them.
Really?
Schmitz and the other ones, and it's like
Yep.
Where do you get your meat? Schmitz or I can't remember the other was.
And you're loyal to one of the brands.
Yeah,
you don't violate. You don't go across the street.
The town's got like 500 people in it.
Right.
2 meat markets. I don't know.
Well, the meat growing up, the best one for me was the Nearstrand Meat Market outside of Faribault. That was a great meat market.
There's the old time. Well,
how about those baseball talks?
Yeah.
Are they going to happen?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't. But hey, if they don't play baseball, you can go to Jordan.
Yep.
Watch a ball
Go
game.
watch a town ball game.
Buy
baby.
yourself a sausage and have a good time.
Will they heat it up for you?
Why would you want
Why
to?
would you want summer sausage heated
Well,
up?
I'm thinking of like a brat or something.
Well, oh God, they got brats. Yes, they got great brats. Probably the best brats of anywhere in the metro area. They don't, they don't do a lot of goofy different flavors. They just kind of give you the brat.
Keep it simple.
just to show you, by the way, how much baseball kind of has fallen off. I saw your guy Lavelle is going on MLB Network today.
Really?
Not to discuss labor negotiations. Do you know why he's going on?
Food review?
Who is on the Twins' Mount Rushmore?
Oh,
that's
the Mount Rushmore.
I saw
What
that.
is this?
The Mount Rushmore is the top 4 and everything. And 20 years ago,
I knew he'd go on a tirade.
Somebody.
jackass decided to call it a Mount. Now everybody, when they don't know what to do
Right.
on ESPN or one of these talk shows, let's have a Mount Rushmore.
Who was your Mount Rushmore?
On loon soccer or
There
something.
we go.
We got a Mount Rushmore.
Need 4.
So it'd be Killebrew
Yeah.
Killebrew be on the
Puckett.
Mount Rushmore. Crew, Puckett. We got 3 of them.
and
It's got to be Tony.
Camilo Pascual.
No, it's gotta be Tony.
Has it gotta be a hitter?
That's
Well,
no,
I
but
think
those
some
are
had
the-
suggested the 4th spot would be between Tony and Mauer, but it's got to be Tony.
No, Tony Mauer, no comparison. I love Joe Mauer, but Tony wasn't anti-home run. Tony would hit one once in a while if he.
Well, if Gil called it, he
Santa
definitely would side with Tony O and not Mauer.
What about the bar guy?
Yeah, he's still ripping Joe for not hitting any home runs, even though he retired 3 years ago.
Yes, that'll be interesting when he hits the ballot.
Because that'll be in what, 2 years?
Yeah, I'm guessing
He'll get votes.
I'm guessing 30-some%, and maybe he'll hang around and get there eventually. So the newer generation probably has a kinder view of him than
Well, plus
older generation.
the bar is going to be lower now for a lot of things, right? With pitcher wins and all sorts
if
of
he
things.
caught for 4 more years, it'd be a slam dunk. But the fact that he moved to first.
What's
his numbers
wins
got better.
above replacement mean?
Patrick, take it away.
I read about it in the Wall
means-
Street Journal, and they never explain what it means.
Wins, it means if you take an average player and put him in your lineup in a 162 game season, how many games does this good player, play above? How many wins is he worth? Yeah, it's very subjective, and it's nonsensical, and I've never used it once in a column.
I would never hope to.
I am tweeting that face
yes.
right now, Joe.
But it's yes, it's a make believe thing. But but you know what it has proved? Wins above replacement proves that Willie Mays was a good player. Henry Aaron was a good
See, and
player.
I didn't know that.
We never knew that.
I did not know
We
that.
never knew that until we had wins above replacement.
There he goes.
We're not on TV, right?
No,
We're not
no,
on
no.
TV.
No.
Yeah.
Show me. Right here. Lifting. He's lifting that horse.
We're not on TV. So,
He's lifting that little mini horse.
That's right. Yeah, little one of these. The one you have on the mantle. He goes into Christmas stocking with other stuff like that.
Okay. Oh my God.
All right. We teetered on the brink of bad taste today, but I don't think we fell over. No, that's right.
Well, you might have come close.
Hey, Vladimir, good luck. I hope you die this week.
That's a good way to wrap it up. All right. Thank you.
See ya.
EcoFun has e-bikes in stock. And why is that important? Because every other bike retailer is out of stock and will not be getting new e-bikes until December or January. You can't even get one for Christmas from them. The weather is warming up, so if you are in the market for an e-bike, scooter, or ATV, Go to EcoFun right now. EcoFun Motorsports in Forest Lake. Talk with Tim Bloom, the owner of EcoFun Motorsports in Forest Lake. Tim and his family will help you select the e-bike that is right for you, and they will deliver it to your front door in the metro area. Right now, EcoFun has Bentelli e-bikes and Yamaha Motor Assist bikes in stock. EcoFun also carries the full line of Yamaha scooters, motorcycles, and a wide variety of Yamaha ATVs, including ATVs for kids. Check out EcoFun Motorsports in Forest Lake and online at ecofunmotorsports.com and tell Tim that old bicycler Patrick Reusse sent you.
It's Reavers here for Josh Arnold. Mr. Money Talk is what he's called around these parts. Josh has been an investment consultant since 1978. This extensive career has given him the experience needed to manage your money in both up and down markets. Josh provides independent, personalized investment planning to individuals and small businesses, including retirement plans. Josh has been doing this for quite some time, and the thing that separates him from the rest is he will always give you straight talk and never sugar-coated advice. When you invest for yourself or for your small business with Josh, you get the same straight talk that you would expect from Mr. Money Talk. You also get an investment consultant who will work proactively with you to create a strategy that fits your goals. You can also hear him at the end of Garage Logic every Tuesday and Thursday with a full report. Give him a call today for that free 48-minute financial consultation at 952-925-5608. That number once again is 952-925-5608. Or for more information, just visit his website, josharnoldinvestmentconsultant.com.